One of the reigning pop icons just declared war on Ivanka Trump in no uncertain terms, and President Strokey Pants is not happy. Neither is Ivanka, who, we suspect, is currently crying over her avocado toast. In case you need further proof of the absolute greed of the Trump cabal, or if you just really need a schadenfreude laugh to get you through your day, stay tuned. You also might want to put on something pink, and not just because it's Wednesday. Just a thought. Welcome to the David Reddish Show. Hello, beautiful viewers, and welcome. I am David Reddish, asking you again to subscribe to our channel. This story focuses our attention on Ivanka Trump, the Trump hellspawn said to have the biggest testicles of all her siblings. Of late, Ivanka has focused on a new real estate project in the nation of Albania. And believe it or not, it has sparked a full-on revolution.
Thousands of protesters in Albania clashing with police in large and violent demonstrations. Rocks, eggs, and plastic bottles being hurled, police responding with tear gas, pepper spray, and even a water cannon. The protests have been dubbed the Flamingo Revolution, now a rallying cry against the political elite. Triggered about a month ago by a luxury real estate development plan backed by President Trump's daughter Ivanka and her husband Jared Kushner.
The reason I'm here is because of the project investment that is going to take place in Zvernets, Vlora, which is going to be financed by Jared Kushner and Trump.
The government, supportive of the plan, facing huge backlash after it greenlit the proposal to build high-end hotels, apartments, villas, and resorts on a wildlife reserve and a currently uninhabited island in Albania.
We were on a friend's boat and we stopped for a swim. Effectively, that's how we found it. We swam to the islands. We went on a hike, barefoot all the way up to the top, and we were just captivated.
But the outcry from protesters centers on the environmental impact and concerns over the animals that inhabit the Adriatic coast.
We want transparency. We want to protect our nature.
As the demonstrations have grown, so has their message. Protesters now calling for the Prime Minister to step down.
Sickening, right? Maybe this would be a good time for us to mention the sponsor of today's episode, Chapter. If you're over 65, you know the importance of maintaining good health is paramount for your quality of life. That's why there's Chapter. If you're on Medicare, it's important that you know. Chapter's independent Medicare advisors will help you compare every Medicare plan nationwide. And remember, there are hundreds, so you can find the one that is right for you. This is a free service that does the comparing for you. And it works. Patients who use Chapter save on average of $1,100 per year. So then, for free and unbiased Medicare help, dial 262-454-0219 or go to askchapter.org/Reddish to get started with Chapter. You can also follow the link in the description. But back to our sickening Ivanka. In the weeks since the Flamingo Revolution began, protests have only intensified, and that includes growing ire against Ivanka here in the States too. Now one major pop star, who just so happens to be of Albanian descent, has weighed in and fired a major warning shot at Ivanka. Check this out. This morning, the Daily Beast reports that none other than pop star Dua Lipa has voiced her support for mass demonstrations opposing Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner's plans to build their luxury resort on an Albanian island. Dua Lipa, known for such pop hits as Cold Heart with Elton John and Levitating, happens to be Albanian British. In fact, her parents are Albanian from Kosovo, so this is very personal for her. Dua Lipa blasted Ivanka over the planned resort, and without even acknowledging the dubious funding from the UAE or other political backroom dealings, she says the resort is an insult to the nation. Quote, "I find it so inspiring to see how much people really care," close quote, Lipa said on the Service 95 Book Club podcast, referring to the weeks-long demonstrations. Quote, "What I actually find concerning is the principle that the government could just change the law to remove the environmental protection without any kind of public consultation," close quote. And already Dua Lipa's remarks are having political fallout, especially in Albania. Alexander Traje, executive director of the country's leading conservation group, the Protection and Preservation of the Natural Environment in Albania, lauded Dua Lipa for her words. Quote, "It was a very powerful statement. A lot of especially younger Albanians who see her as an idol have been inspired," close quote. After the time of this report, neither Ivanka Trump nor Jared Kushner nor their developing firm Affinity Partners have commented on Dua Lipa's interview. But the important thing is that the people of Albania are listening, and they are not backing down. Protests continue in the country and continue to grab international attention, including here in the United States. Already, Senators John Ossoff and Bernie Sanders have endorsed the protests, with Ossoff hotly criticizing the deal. That's significant because Ossoff is currently being discussed as a potential 2028 Democratic presidential candidate. And even if he doesn't run, should the Democrats retake Congress this fall, they could call for major investigations of Kushner and Ivanka that could hold up the deal or derail it completely. These are, after all, American companies we are talking about. So stay tuned. Much as the No Kings protests here in the U.S. will have long-term consequences, so will those of the Flamingo Revolution, which could ultimately even result in regime change in Albania. My fellow Americans, take note. This is The David Reddish Show.